Hi, welcome to today's edition of It's Your Business. My name is Cindy Doherty, and I will be your host today. And today's guest, we are welcoming Jason Huebner from Zimcom. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Cindy.
Thanks for being with us.
Great to be here.
We are going to first talk about what Zimcom is. I know when you and I sat down and you described it to me, I'm not very technologically savvy, so you did a good job of making that clear. So what do you guys do?
Right. So, well, obviously we're a technology company, but really we're a hosting and internet solutions company.
Okay.
So we provide technology for businesses such as website hosting, email hosting, server and application services. And so essentially we provide the infrastructure for those businesses, and we manage the data and their business, their online business for them.
Okay. So it's something that is highly, what's the word I want to use? It's highly technical, and a lot of times it's hard for businesses to provide the level of service for themselves that you can provide on a larger scale.
Exactly. So we have a tier 3 data center facility that we provide those types of services for, small, medium-sized businesses.
And as I think you and I talked, it's not just local businesses.
Correct. Actually, some of our larger clients are actually not located here in the greater Cincinnati area.
Even maybe global.
Yeah.
You have some business that's
absolutely.
around the world, which is pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
Did Zimcom start out with that focus on that type of service?
Well, actually, no. Zimcom originally started as a small business on-site networking, consulting, and hardware services provider. And so that's how we got our start. We started soon after providing hosting and internet solutions. And then come the mid-2000s was really when the hosting and internet solutions have become such a large part of our business that we decided that's what we're going to focus on. That's where our growth is going to be.
It's grown really quickly.
Web
hasn't it,
technologies
and
have
changed
really
over the
advanced and
years.
exploded over the years. Yeah, absolutely.
Because maybe, like me, for some of our listeners, when you talked about how you began, you were doing, let's say, maintenance of
just a basic
hardware,
computers, sure,
and
right.
going out, fixing and
Fixing
maintaining
computers, right.
computers. So that's really morphed into
Right.
something.
Internet and web technologies have just exploded. So now that's really where the growth and the future of the industry as a whole are.
And of course, not all of us are that tech savvy. So
Correct.
you need somebody who really specializes
That's
in
right.
that area in order to be good.
That's right. Do what you do and let the professionals in each area do what they do
Exactly.
and benefit from that.
That's very interesting because technology obviously is so incredibly important now in business. You can't not use technology.
Correct. You can't underestimate the power and the need for technology to be successful in today's world.
Exactly. So we talked a little bit about how the business has evolved over the years. How long have you been involved with Zimcom?
Well, Zimcom got its start in 1999. I joined in 2001, and I started there as sales and marketing director to fill that void, and that quickly evolved into a management and leadership role, which I'm at today. But when the business actually started, it was started by our sister company, Zimmerman & Company CPAs, the founder of that, Ann Zimmerman, who's also been on this program.
We know Ann.
Herself, she partnered with Steve Searles to provide those local businesses with IT, hardware, consulting services, on-site networking. And like I said, things evolved. The web technologies and internet technologies exploded. So, around the mid-2000s, that's really when we said, okay, our growth is in web hosting and internet services and providing those solutions to businesses. And so, despite, challenging economic climate the last couple of years, Zimcom's been fortunate enough. We've, experienced double-digit growth really the last 3 or 4 years and really show no signs of slowing down.
It's become a necessity.
It really
You
has.
cannot do without
It really has.
that type of support service for your business.
Truly.
Another thing we talked about was your involvement with the Forest Hills Community Partners, which I think started out as another name. So in case our listeners are familiar with...
Yeah, there used to be a Partners in Education program
That's what it was.
that the school district partnered with the Chamber of Commerce. And so what the Forest Hills Community Partners Program is it's a new program started by the Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce and the Forest Hills School District. And the idea is to facilitate a mutually beneficial partnership between the school district, local businesses, and other organizations in the area. We're so fortunate to have a great school district here in the area. We've got a great business climate here in the greater Anderson area, even Newtown. And so the idea is, let's bring the parties together and provide a platform or a bridge for those organizations to benefit, from what each other has to offer.
Well, and you and I talked about, too, how difficult it is sometimes. You have the community over here and you have the educational community here, and they want to work together, but they don't quite know how to make that happen.
Sometimes you just don't know how, right. I mean, you ask a business, hey, would you like to be involved and give back to the schools? Almost everybody's going to say, well, sure, I'd love to. But how? And so that's the idea of this Forest Hills Community Partners Program, is we're going to provide that platform and try and join and marry those organizations together so that people can help the schools. The schools can get some benefits from the businesses and organizations that we have here, and it's truly going to be a win-win for everyone.
Absolutely. I think I told you when I taught, that was one of the major things that I tried to emphasize, and because my students did internships, it was a natural fit because we would constantly be working in close proximity with businesses in the Anderson area.
Right.
And they were able to get some quality employees, quote, unpaid interns, and the kids just got great experiences. I know Emily from Zimmerman Accounting came in, and as I was telling you, talked to my students about accounting and about taxes, and at the same time was able to give them some insights into what a career in accounting is like and what a CPA does. I mean, there are endless opportunities, like you said.
Yeah, and we've got a great committee right now that's comprised of myself, Eric Miller, the executive director from the chamber, some school district teachers, administrators, and actually some students. So everybody is kind of at the table saying, okay, this is what we would like to see from the program, and so we're getting some great feedback. And one of them from the students is, sure, we'd like to know for summer employment, which are the companies around the area that have summer employment opportunities. So it's not just in the classroom, what can you do for me, or how much money can you donate to the school. We're going beyond that, to really try and make the community a better place for everyone involved.
And you're right. I know my students a lot of times had the opportunity to go back and work while they were in college. They go back and work every summer.
Sure.
Sometimes they even had long-term employment after that, but they were able to network and just make, really great connections that followed them.
Yeah, a lot of people set up their roots here, and you can obviously see why. It's a great place to be.
You're an East Side guy. I mean,
I am. I'm an East Sider for life, right? Yep. And live and work here in Anderson now. I have a nice 2-minute commute to the office.
Have three children that are going to
have
be
3
in
children
school
in the area, right? So it's a great place to be, and so myself personally and ZimCom, we want to be part of the community and make it a better place.
And I've heard that consistently in the interviews that I've done, that everybody feels a real connection to Anderson Township. They really want to give back to the community, not just provide a business or a service or a product, but to really be involved as a family and a volunteer and on and on, which makes it, I think, a very unique and a special place to be and have a business and raise your family.
I completely agree.
It's really nice. I know that ZimCom also is involved in other aspects of the community in terms of volunteering and donating funds. You named a few of those. Yeah,
so we've been doing business with the Park District for several years now. We're involved with the schools. We donate funds to both Anderson and Turpin high schools. And we've also been involved with the newly created Anderson's Got Talent program at Greater Anderson Days. We sponsor that, and
I understand
think
you've
that's
won
a
that
great.
competition the last 2
No,
years.
no, no,
No?
no. I'm not quite the talent for that program. But
Bad information?
There are some talented artists and musicians and
That's
things
what
like
I've
that.
heard.
That goes on at Greater Anderson Days, and so that's been fun to kind of be a small part of that.
When does that happen, by the way?
It's the Greater Anderson Days Festival,
Is that
the last weekend of July
last
every
weekend
year.
of July? Okay.
Yeah, and so the Anderson's Got Talent is early in the evening of both Friday and Saturday nights.
Where do
and
they hold that?
It's a lot of fun, right there on the main stage at Beach Acres.
Beach Acres, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a lot of fun. So other things, we've been heavily involved with the Chamber for a while now. Party on the Plaza. We host the Forest Hills 5K website, which benefits the Forest Hills Foundation for Education. We've been involved with them since their inception. So, a lot of community roots here, great organizations that, we're just fortunate to play a small part in.
Absolutely. Well, it's not a small part. I think you all are involved in a really significant way with all these endeavors. I know that you've been a member of the Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce for quite a few years.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how that has benefited you?
Well, I think we've been a member since 2003.
Okay.
And I've been a board member on the Anderson Area Chamber for about the past 8 years as well. And it's just been great to be involved and work alongside 500 other local businesses in the area that create a great, strong chamber membership. Met numerous amounts of people, business owners in the area.
Got to be a great way to network.
There's great networking opportunities. It's a great value for your business. We've picked up clients. I've picked up lifelong friends. We've been able to establish relationships with other companies for being our trusted vendor, because it's important to do business with people that you trust, and so you can develop those relationships through the chamber.
Absolutely. I know from being at the meetings whenever I can that they brought in great speakers, another good resource.
Yeah, there's
I
great
enjoy.
programs every month, from the general meetings to after hours, parties on the plaza, great educational events, lunch and learns.
Marketing roundtables.
Marketing roundtables. I mean, you get free legal advice at your disposal.
And food.
And food, and
How can you
they'll
lose?
feed you. They say there's no such thing as a free lunch. Well, the chamber has actually kind of dispelled that myth.
Very good.
So it really is a great value for any size business in the area.
That's great.
It's kind of a no-brainer. Really.
A lot of benefits to
Yeah.
it. Just to go back and touch briefly again on the committee that you mentioned that is trying to put together these partnerships with education. If any of our listeners would want to get involved in that, is there a way, someone they should contact?
We're actually just getting the website online now. There's a page off of the Forest Hills local school district website, foresthills.edu.
Oh, good to
Under
know.
the community resources section, there's a page there, and actually we're going to have a form that businesses can go and sign up. It's a real quick, easy registration. Essentially all it is just saying, hey, you know what, I'd like to be involved in something like that. And the form will guide you through some basic questions, and there'll be follow-ups after that. That the school district the teachers will be able to say, hey, you know what, I'm looking for a technology company in the area to come talk to my students one day about internet technologies.
That's great.
So
I
they
would
can
have
go
loved
and
that.
access and say, okay, who is a Forest Hills community partner that we could bring into the classroom and talk about their
So they will actually kind of
talk about their
contact the
business.
committee and you'll try to,
It'll actually be the teachers themselves
The teachers themselves
that'll
with the
have
website?
that'll have access to that.
good.
And the idea is to foster that collaboration between businesses, organizations, parks, churches, and the schools and benefiting the young people in the area.
We talked about technology having just changed so drastically over the last few years.
Here's a
and
prime
so
example of it.
Yeah, and so is learning.
Right.
You have to include the technology in the classroom, and you have to include real-world experiences for these kids because that's what they need.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
It's nice to be able to see how things really actually apply. What you're learning in school.
Oh.
Sometimes as a student you might think, how is this ever going to
Exactly.
matter? Well,
the practicality
Things like
is
these, right,
invaluable.
allow you to show
Absolutely.
them, right, right.
Well, I think we're just about out of time, but Jason, thanks so much for joining us
Hey,
today.
thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it, and appreciate all the good things that ZimCom does, both professionally and for the community. Again, thanks for being here.
We're happy to be here.
And please join us next time for our next edition of It's Your Business.